find my way. You are awake, you are awake. Stop controlling that feel in my life. You are awake.
Alright, what is going on, guys? I'm bringing you more of a serious kind of commentary today. The gameplay in the background is a double mob or something like that. It's not really important and or relevant. I kind of want to just jump right into the topic today, which, like I said, is a bit more serious, and it is Ferguson. So over the summer, when the shooting had first happened, I had given my thoughts on the matter. And after last night's events, I kind of want to give my updated thoughts on it and really what's going on in the town of Ferguson. Now, the point of this commentary is not to change your opinions. I'm giving my opinion on the matters going on, and I would love to have debates with you guys in the comments. If you don't agree with me, that is totally okay. If you don't agree with me, please go in the comment section and tell me your opinion on it. Because, well, I don't want to say everyone's entitled to opinion, because to be completely honest, if you're not knowledgeable on the subject and you just want to have an argument based off things you hear on the news and you only listen to like one news source, then I really don't want to have a debate with you, because you're probably going to come off as ignorant. So if you're not knowledgeable on the matter, then I don't think you're entitled to opinion. So if you're intelligent, if you're keeping up with the Ferguson thing, and you have an opinion that might be different from mine, please leave your comments below. I'd be very interested. I'm going to try to respond to every single comment. So a grand jury made up of 12 people in the state of Missouri decided not to indict the cop involved in the shooting. That grand jury was made up of 9 white people and 3 black people. Which is important, because I don't think a lot of people really realize that, because they don't take the time to understand that there were 3 black people on that grand jury. This wasn't just 12 white people saying, just trying to back up their own race and saying he's innocent. That's not what happened. There's 3 black people on that. Whether or not what those 3 black people voted towards, we don't know. We might actually find out tonight at 6 o'clock, because I believe the prosecutor's actually going to be giving a press conference tonight at, I believe, 6 Eastern time. So I'm definitely going to be watching that, because they might give what the vote was like, which would be interesting to see. But really, after this had happened, the problem of protesting evolved. So protesting isn't a bad thing, right? I'm all for people being able to go out and protest and express their feelings. And if they don't agree with the decision that was made, that's fine. There is peaceful protesting. You can protest. You can make your opinions very clear to the people in charge that you don't agree with their choice. That's fine. That's understandable. The parents of the kid that was killed, they themselves said they want peaceful protesting, but that's not what happened at all. If you've seen any videos of pictures of what's going on in Ferguson, it's disgusting what's going on in this town. People are destroying and looting all of the businesses there, burning down homes and stores, throwing Molotov cocktails at cop cars, and trying to kill police officers. It's absolutely disgusting. A lot of people are saying, oh, we want the cops go in and stop these people, because what the plan that they're doing is kind of trying to create a perimeter around the town to kind of make sure it doesn't spread out, which makes more sense than them going in and trying to stop people. That's going to cause a lot more deaths, right? Because obviously these people are upset. They're upset with the law system, and they're going to try and kill the police officers. But that doesn't mean what they're doing inside this town is right. It's fucking disgusting how ignorant these people are, and how they're using this kid's death as an excuse to cause all this damage and destruction. A lot of the fucking people doing this stuff aren't even from Ferguson. They're coming from all around, like, neighboring states, coming in here like, oh, look at all this free stuff we can get. My economics teacher brought up a really good point, right? He said, oh, I don't agree with the choice the grand jury made, so let me go steal a 50-inch TV to balance it out. That's kind of the logic of some of these people in Ferguson, when they're going into these stores, taking what they want, and, oh, it's in the name of the kid that died. No, they don't fucking care, okay? And the whole reason this is even a big deal is because it was a white cop that shot a black kid. And when the news story first broke out, of course no one had all the details. No one was there except for that kid and the police officer, and obviously only one of them made it out alive. So it's kind of a he said, she said type thing, except, yeah, you know what I mean. So basically, they were the only people there. So the news and the media were kind of giving out their own opinions on what they thought happened, which was that this kid had put his hands up and the bullets were in his back. None of that is true. The evidence that was given to the grand jury, most of it was that The kid, first of all, was shot in the top of his head, right? So think about that for a second. This cop didn't grab this kid, put the gun towards the top of his head, and then shoot. Does that make any sense? No. And obviously, if he had his hands up, why would he have his head down like that? It just doesn't make any sense. And really, so I'm not going to debate whether or not what this guy did was wrong, because obviously there's also evidence that the entire situation wasn't handled correctly by anyone in this situation. So I'm not going to pass judgment on whether or not what this cop did was right. What I am going to pass judgment on is the fucking animals in Ferguson. So think about it this way. They're protesting, and they're trying to say that they're not being treated right in their neighborhood. You think they're going to be treated correctly after a situation like this? You think the police are going to treat them better after they see what these people are capable of? You think these businesses, or you think any new businesses are going to come into this town? Do you think any of the big businesses in this, like a Little Caesars, right? I saw Little Caesars was being burned down to the ground. Those businesses, they're going to collect the insurance money, and they're going to get the fuck out of that horrible, horrible shithole of a town, and they're not going to come back. They are destroying, they are killing their neighborhood, right? They're making their already shitty neighborhood into an even worse fucking town. So I don't see what they're doing as beneficial. They are not protesting in the way that they should. Like I said before, I am all for protesting and making your opinions clear, but this is obviously not the way to handle it. This is how ignorant and stupid people handle situations like this. They are destroying their own property. They are killing their own town in the name of this kid. You think that's what this kid wants? You think that's what his parents want? No, like I said before, they've made it very clear that they want peaceful protesting, but these people don't care. They're using it as an excuse to get free TVs and to get up all this built-up frustration they have. I'm using quotes around that. You might say, oh, well, you're white. You don't understand the suffering we're going through. That's fucking bullshit, all right? Plenty of people go through suffering, and they don't take it out by burning down buildings and just destroying people's stores. I just saw a picture on Reddit like 10 minutes before recording this commentary of the store that was actually robbed by the kid that was shot. Someone went into the place and they looted it and completely destroyed it. And the guy was just standing there. Everything was on the floor, destroyed, glass was broken. That's what this town has come to. And the rest of the world is seeing how we handle things like this. And this isn't the first time a situation like this has happened. This is one that I can think of in recent memory, and this is probably one of the worst, quote-unquote, protests we've had in a while. And I don't see it getting any better. I know in some other places, there was also kind of mild protests and mild unrest. Like right here in New York City, the police commissioner was actually walking around. Someone went up to him and threw fake blood on him, called him a fucking pig. That's another thing I want to address. The whole fuck the police mentality is by far one of the stupidest fucking things I've ever heard, right? The whole cops are pigs thing and people doing, oh, look how the cops, the police brutality. There is awful people in every single type of job, race, anything. There's awful white people. There's awful black people. There's awful cops, firefighters, fucking accountants. I don't care. There's awful people all around the world, okay? So because there's a few bad cops, right, that I'm not saying there haven't been cases of police brutality that haven't been justified. I'm not saying that, because there are. But that doesn't mean you have to sum up the entire police force as pigs and tell them to fuck them, because at the end of the day, when you're in trouble, you're still going to call them. And that's the truth. So I just wanted to get my quick thoughts out on that kind of rant. I didn't realize I'd actually gone on for 8 minutes. So, like I said before, I want you guys to leave your thoughts and opinions in the comments section below, and I hope you guys enjoy. That's all the time I have left. Peace.